If you've got a small account and you're looking for some quote unquote cheap wheel strategy stocks, well, here are the ones I'm paying attention to this August. Yo, what is going on, premium chasers? I hope you are having a God-blessed day today. Every single person that comments down below is going to get my cash secured put and my covered call premium trackers and a few other things. If you want those free resources, just drop a comment. I'll personally respond to you with those, and hit that like button and that subscribe button while you are down there, guys. It helps us to reach more people with this insanely amazing strategy of selling options. But today, guys, we're talking about cheaper wheel strategy stocks. Now, these aren't going to be some penny sketchy stocks, guys. These are actually real companies with real revenue, with real users. Okay, this channel is all about, for me, more, quote unquote safer companies that I have a lot of high conviction in. Now, obviously, do your own research on all of these companies. I can't stress it enough. These are only ideas. What you do with them is you have to go research the companies, build your own conviction. Don't ever blindly follow anybody on YouTube or wherever you're listening in on, for investment advice. I think you guys do a good job at that. But let's get into this, guys. So the first one is Snapchat. Now, some of these I'm going to have mentioned before. Some of these are going to be new. This is just the way it is. These are off of my watch list. Okay, so I'm not just going to throw random stocks at you guys just for the sake of content. Okay, but with that said, Snapchat, I am paying attention to. We do have earnings after close today, so that is going to be big, okay? We're going to be paying attention to that, okay? Now, let's go over and see what kind of setups we do have on Snapchat right now. Now, Snapchat is, towards, it's above the middle Bollinger Band, so it's kind of right at that 50 RSI level, and it's kind of playing with its 200-day moving average right now of around 992. So it's not like it's set up beautifully for cash secured puts. I jumped in on our public portfolio on the cash secured puts when we dropped down here, but personally here, right now it's just kind of like a good middle area. You could do some cash secured puts on this, sure. But again, maybe it's smart to wait to see what happens after earnings. But we are in the 750 puts on this. Okay, so let's go over here and let's go over to our options section and let's take a look at what we have at open here for Snapchat. I'm going to go out just at our 30-day mark and start taking a look at some of the stuff that's in my risk tolerance level. I like to play with the 20-30 delta areas. Let's look at the 8.5s. That's a 29 delta, so definitely a little bit more on the aggressive end. The 8s, we got a 24, collecting $32 of premium. Let's take a look here. I will put $32, and then we are $800 in $800 in collateral being locked up on that. So a fantastic return here on that. Now, that is a 24 delta, so about a 24% chance. That's the way I like to look at it, not the technical definition of delta, but that is how most option sellers, at least sane ones, so look at it, is a probability of assignment. So about 23% chance of assignment, just about 80 of expiring, worthless. That's a decent setup in my opinion, and honestly a very aggressive return on collateral. Why do I say that, guys? Well, I want you to manage your expectations. There's a reason that this return is so high. Why is that return so high? Because today is earnings, okay? And we don't know what's going to happen with that, okay? Now, obviously, the lower down you go on the chain, right? The less premium you're going to get. You can't even get the 750s right now. So got in on those on the public portfolio very, very well. Make sure you stay tuned for that, guys. Going to be doing some moves on that. I got about $3,000 that is just sitting around, not doing anything in the public portfolio. I think maybe 2,000 actually. So we will be making some moves here shortly on that. Okay. So the second one that we are jumping into is SoFi. Quickly just talking about SoFi, guys. We talk about it, beat a dead horse with this. Me and my relationship with SoFi is this: I'm out of the shares right now. I need to see a pullback before I jump into this. Listen, I try to be as logical as humanly possible with SoFi. I sold my shares at $17.50 on the public port, right? And I'm completely happy with that, right? So for me, I want to see a pullback go down closer towards that $16 level, not necessarily below its 200 and 300-day moving average, even though that would be fantastic. But SoFi has just been on a tear, overbought these past couple months. And for me, Right now, I think there's other opportunity elsewhere for me to look. Again, I'm not buying and holding. I look at the market a lot differently when I'm looking at from the lens of selling options. I am solely focused on income and premium. That's it. And wherever I get that set up, I'm going to take it. It doesn't need to be SoFi because, again, I don't care, right? Like, it doesn't need to be a specific stock, right? Because I'm not a buy and holder, at least with buying and selling options or selling options, okay? Next one is Fiverr, okay? So Fiverr, this is the one I really want to jump into on some cash secured puts. Now, it is a little bit of a green day, but I'm going to take a look and see if I can get into the 21s in the public portfolio. So keep an eye out on that, okay? Let's go take a look. We'll actually do some quick little research here on what we can actually do, if I can spell Fiverr correctly, what we can actually get for the 21s, all right? So we're going to click sell a put, and then we are going to go out. Again, it's just the expiration suck, but at least we're at 45 days here right now. The 22 is offering $105 in premium. Wow. The 21's offering 70. Ooh, this one's nice. 32 delta, a little bit aggressive. $70 of premium. Let's go. $70. That's locking up $2,100. 3.33%. That's not bad. I may take that trade. Stay tuned on the public port. I may actually do that trade here once I'm done shooting here. I might. Okay. So we'll see. And then we have 40s. I don't mind going 45 days out if my return is, or my ROI collateral is a bit higher. That's just me at least. So Fiverr, it's set up nicely, still towards that bottom Bollinger Band, well below the 200 and 300 day moving average. So again, great setup and a great company that I have a lot of high conviction in. Next one is Upwork, also set up really nicely. A bit of Upwork and Fiverr both had a great day yesterday here. So let's go take a look at here because this might be an option as well for the public portfolio. I like doing these live. I hope you guys like it too. Obviously, make sure to like. If you do, drop a comment. You'll get all the free calculators and stuff that I'm showing you. We're going to sell put here on Upwork. Again, similar. We don't have much options here. Nothing. We ain't got nothing here, guys. Absolutely nothing available on Upwork right now. So whatever, it is what it is. That's just how it goes with some of these companies. But I do love Upwork when there are some good options available for it that aren't super far out. So I am watching this. When I do have opportunities for Upwork, I usually will jump into it as well because it is a nice cheap stock. Ford, right? I've mentioned Ford a few times here on the channel, guys, a bunch of times on the channel. I love it because it's a great dividend paying stock, but it's kind of not been giving us much of a setup here recently, right? Trading at $11 right now, so just over its 300-day moving average, and about and over its 200-day moving average too here, as you see. But we're not seeing a great setup. I really wanted to get into this one as well on the public portfolio, but again, I don't rush things, guys. As you guys see, I try to be very patient, right? Patience pays as an option seller, in my opinion. You don't have to force trades. You just don't. That's just my opinion about it. So man, even the 11s, see, that's too aggressive of a delta for me. The 1050s, 18. Let's see, 18, and that is locking up 1,050. That's not bad. That's a sweet spot, but I'm trying to push towards 2% on anything I do on the public portfolio. You guys can see the trade log right here. I'm really trying to stay closer to that 2% range when I can. So that is, I mean, it's okay, but we'll see. Again, when I'm looking at comparing this to Fiverr or some of the other setups I get, even that I push out the expiration date a bit, I'm gonna go with that, right? Because a 1.71, and that's locking it up for 31 days. It's just not giving me the return ROI on collateral that I need, at least for the rules that I've set for myself. You have to go make those rules for yourself, guys. I can't stress it enough, right? Whatever your collateral, whatever kind of return you want to see on your collateral, you got to figure that out based on your risk tolerances and obviously, most importantly, your own research. But it's not set up right. It's just right towards the middle, kind of middle Bollinger Band area. So there's nothing crazy here. I am patient, guys. Like, I see some of you guys doing like crazy puts when like stuff's at like the top of the Bollinger Band area. You're just asking for it. It might work for you, but you're asking for it, fam. You are asking to get burned. And this is a strategy that I believe you don't have to trade every day. That's like, I don't understand why you feel like you need to trade every day. Over trading leads to losses. Go look at the research done on that. What's selling options? You trade a handful of times a month, right, is way better than trading hundreds of times, right? I just can't stress it enough. Next one is Kraft Heinz, a little bit more on our expensive size of the list, but we are setting up nicely again here, okay? We hit the top Bollinger Band. We, as some of you guys know, we did talk about this one a while, for a while. We were doing like cash secured puts on this, and I'm planning to run the same play again. So we kind of bounced off that top Bollinger Band and are working our way back towards this bottom. I would love to get back in like the 25s on this. Let's go take a look at see if anything's even available. I don't think I have enough collateral in the public portfolio to be able to do 25s without dipping into margin, which I don't necessarily mind if it makes sense. But again, it's towards that middle Bollinger Band. It's a green day. See, when it's a green day like this, you what, $17 on the 25s, and that's it's a 16 delta, but even like the 26s, 32 delta, and you're only collecting $39. Like it's just not worth it to me in my opinion. That's why it's so much better to just wait. But it is very heavily on my watch list because it has hit that top Bollinger Band and it's starting to work its way back. Once it gets down to like that 25 level, if it does, we're going to see some great premiums available for us at like the 25 or 24 level. Next one is American Airlines. Obviously, I'm paying attention to this one, guys. There's a big position that I have on the public portfolio with 2 contracts of American Airlines set to expire on the 22nd, so not too far away here towards the end of the month, but I have 2 contracts for $11 puts, okay, on this. Now, it's nice to see that we are seeing some green here on the front where American Airlines trading at $11.27, still decently, a lot of the airlines are getting beat up right now. If I get assignment, it is what it is, but it's still set up really, really nicely for some cash secured puts. Again, trading towards that middle Bollinger Band area, but under the middle. So still decent if you're looking at it. Yesterday I was looking in our mastermind group. I was really trying to make something happen in the public portfolio. And then I shot the video. I was like, well, nothing happened. And guess what? That's a smart move, at least for me, right? So with that said, you can't force things to happen that just aren't there. Like I know I keep saying that a lot this video, but that's like that's my thing. Like I can't stress it enough. Like I've been burned so many times and stupid things that I've done, and some of you guys obviously know about those inside OSS, but like it's just like I always get burned whenever I feel like I need to be trading. Because you don't. Like just take a step back. Let's all go touch some grass, right? Like, it's just like, it really is. That's why I love this trading strategy, guys, because it's not a trading strategy. I like to look at it as like a short-term investing strategy. I'm not a trader. I'm not a full-time trader, right? But I do believe this is a fantastic way to earn income and create an active income by putting your money to work for you without like starting a business or something like that, right? But with that said, going into our last stock here is Pfizer. So we had a decent earnings here today. Not in a great position necessarily for the cash secured puts anymore. It took a bit of a dive here, but we are getting close to doing our covered calls on it. Why do I like doing covered calls? Well, because Pfizer, baby, has that great dividend that I'm collecting, and then I can do my covered calls above. I like to go above the 200 and 300 day moving averages, like 27s. I doubt 28s are going to have absolutely anything, but as we work towards that 200-300 day moving average, I'll be able to collect my dividends, and I'm collecting my premiums as well on a weekly or monthly basis from Pfizer being up 4% today. Guys, if you want to stay ahead of the curve with your option selling, whether you're brand new just trying to get into this, or you're already a veteran collecting that juicy premium, you want to surround yourself with incredible people giving you mentorship, mastermind, all the tools and resources you need to set up an option selling portfolio for yourself, specifically using the Ark Options Strategy. Click the first link in the description of today's video, guys. You're going to learn what the Ark Options Strategy is, how it fits into everyday life, and most importantly, if you want to join us inside of our mastermind group, you'll be able to book a completely free call with us. No high pressure tactics. We just don't want to have toxic people in there, and we want to make sure you're financially stable. As you guys see, listen, if you have like $1,000 or like $2,000 or $3,000, like this isn't a strategy that's really gonna work for you. I'm just being honest, right? This is a strategy that takes money to make money, and I'm sure you've heard that before, guys. Remember, sell options, collect premiums, repeat. I'll see y'all tomorrow.